Game here on this. And what a matchup. We have here in the front court, Gray.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Nice read out there with McDaniels. And it's Gobert in at the 5. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Outside Edwards. Reed with a screen for Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Anunoby has the open look. That 3 off the mark. Conley kicks to Edwards. Edwards with another miss. New York with the ball. About 1 minute into the first quarter.
A fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now here's Conley. Fires from deep. That's good from Edwards on the assist by Conley.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, some way, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat, and it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside, Towns. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, Cat answers with his own 3, and he says, I told you I'm the best shooting big man in history.
Timberwolves lead 6-5.
Edwards against Anunoby. And the wide-open shot from Reed. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
McBride with the ball. Edwards defending. And it's Towns missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Edwards. Oh! Goodness. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, give me a little sauce, Anthony Edwards. Rise high and finish over the defender.
Robinson a screen on Edwards. The 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Reed. Back to Edwards. Conley sets a screen for Edwards. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter. Robinson a screen on Reed. Towns for three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Inside. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, Mr. Towns can hurt you from anywhere, and that includes putting it on your head.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. New York with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. Pass to Towns. New York moving it around. Right, the pass to Towns. Clock at 6. Anunoby, a good look. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Well, you like the decision-making from OG Anunoby right there. Picking quality shots, gets into his jump shooting motion. Well done.
To the paint. Out to Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. No good on the last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. Knicks out front. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Well, also, guys, what a start from beyond the arc. A huge part of their game today. That's going to help their spacing.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Shannon in at the 3 side. Brunson up top, defended by DiVincenzo. Tucker a screen. Hart wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
They get the rebound. Achua kicks to Hart. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randle.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Now, here's Bridges. No scoring in this one. Randle outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
Julius Randle can do a little bit of everything. That's a great find to get his teammate an open look.
There's a screen by Achua. Bridges inside the 3-point line. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Doris, when you think of Mikal Bridges, what comes to mind?
The fact that he is available almost every single night, that you can count on him to bring great defensive intensity. He's become a legitimate threat from 3-point territory, and now all of a sudden he's adding some ball skills. Mikal Bridges gets better every single year.
Off target from 3-point range. New York has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Achua, the pass to Tucker. There's a screen by Achua. To the inside. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker on the wing. Knocks down the 3 ball. Alexander Walker's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Timberwolves. Brunson against DiVincenzo. And Tucker kicks to Brunson. A 3. Here's Achua. Now Hart. Still scoreless. Pass to Tucker. Three-pointer. And the three ball is good. Tucker's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Shannon passes to Alexander Walker. And here is DiVincenzo.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Garza. Launches it. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
DiVincenzo against Brunson. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. There's the three. It's hauled in by Achua.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's hard penetrating.
Going to the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut it off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
DiVincenzo with the screen on Bridges. Drops in the tray.
We know Julius Randle can score, but that scoring ability will be set up by that kind of play. What a pretty pass from the big man.
Now here's Brunson. He has yet to score. Good! Brunson, no fear down low. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Shoots the three. And it's Jalen Brunson with the rebound. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. Achua kicks to Brunson. There's a screen by Achua. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Alexander Walker.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Timberwolves trail by 3. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Shannon, guarded by Tucker. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Brunson outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Brunson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a 6-point lead. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Robinson is out there with Towns. Then it's DeJuan Wright. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Now here's Towns. He's got 5. Outside Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Up top, McBride. Edwards defending. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Anunoby's got 5.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And a fast break now for New York. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Don't you love how Towns' hands are always ready to receive the pass? Terrific job on the pick and roll.
Shot by McDaniels, no good. The Knicks leading by 5. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
But Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Now Conley, after the missed 3 from Karl Anthony Towns. Gobert with the screen on right. Edwards from deep three-point territory. And Gobert kicks to Reed. Latre. Another miss by Minnesota. New York's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Towns dishes to Wright. Towns sets the pick for Wright. Back to Towns. On the wing, Anunoby. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Reed gets the bucket. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, DA. Thank you.
Oh, that is a stone-cold 3 by the Ant-Man.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? He was all alone on that one. McDaniels got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Timberwolves. A deep 3 from Towns. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. McDaniels sets a screen for Edwards. He takes it in. Conley against Wright. Back to Edwards. 5 on the clock. Down low. Gobert. Robinson with the block.
Wingspan, athleticism, verticality. Robinson with authority sends it back.
McBride passes to Towns. Pass to Wright. Now Anunoby. Lets it go from deep. Towns kicks to Anunoby. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Wright with it. Over by Conley. Wright against Conley. It's tipped. Right side Robinson. Tight from outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Knicks lead. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The Knicks with the lead. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Julius Randle, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Shannon in at the 3. Now, here's Bridges. Out to Brunson. The sweet lefty stroke of Jalen Brunson.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Fires the 3. Here's Randle. Here's Garza. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle.
Assist from
Randle's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Achua. And another 3 for New York.
Well, as always, Jalen Brunson making the right play. This guy loves to set up his teammates.
That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Alexander Walker.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Randall to tie it up. And he lays it up and in.
Julius Randle.
Randall's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
Brunson outside. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. And new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Precious Achiuwa. Towns comes in for Josh Hart. Anunoby, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jalen Brunson. McBride, and he nails that one right through the net. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
A shot by McDaniels, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Anunoby outside. There's the screen. Bridges for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Now it's a 5-point Knicks lead.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy's dangerous as a shooter.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. Off target from outside. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Here's McBride. Edwards defending. Shoots. McBride's shot is off.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And finished off by McDaniel.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
2 minutes.
Robinson a screen on Edwards. McBride passes to Robinson. Over in the corner, McBride. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. DiVincenzo finds McDaniel. Gobert with a screen on Anunoby. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bridges against DiVincenzo. Outside, Towns. Towns, the screen. Back to McBride. From the arc. And again, it's the Knicks missing. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now, here's Bridges. Knocks down the trifecta.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Knicks lead 52.
Edwards looking it over. Pass to Reed. Now here's DiVincenzo. Back to Reed. Pulls up. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Towns with it. Back to Anunoby. To the middle. Over in the corner, McBride. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. McBride's got the lead up to 7 now for the Knicks.
Knicks lead 55.
Count it. So it's New York picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get...
matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Dort and Holmgren. A lot of defense at the 3 and the 4 for him. Kaysen Wallace out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Hartenstein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Wright. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. Robinson with the block. And they're able to recover. Dort to pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance effort. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Towns for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Towns has got 5.
Oh, the big man is smooth from range. Have to put a man on Towns, that's for sure.
And he gets it to go.
The defensive effort was lacking, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Anunoby for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. The Thunder have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And we talk about guys who can really guard 1 through 5. OG Anunoby is one of them, Brent.
Yeah, OG can make your night a living nightmare the way he can guard. He chases around shooters, is physical enough to deal with wings who like to play in the mid-range, and he's relentless on the defensive end of the floor.
Now here's Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Anunoby. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Great movement in the pick and roll. Gilgeous-Alexander so decisive in that kind of set.
Towns on a screen. Here's McBride. Fires in the triple.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Knocked loose.
Knicks lead 8-7.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a screen. And he drives in. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns up top. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Towns passes to McBride. From behind the arc. Hartenstein pulls it in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 1. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
And they pick up 2.
It's so nice to see Towns use his high basketball IQ to dominate in pick and roll. It seems like he always makes the right read in that situation.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep, Holmgren. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
McBride passes to Towns. Dort with a steal. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Offensive board. Pass to Holmgren. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Towns passes to Wright. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Now here's Hartenstein. Yet to see a basket. Shot is up. Wallace misses. New York has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Towns on a screen. And Anunoby for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Holmgren. Fades. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Towns for 3. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
A fantastic three-point shooter. You gotta guard Towns from the corners especially.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Anunoby covering. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job. Really of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got. Caruso and Williams make up the perimeter. Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Joe in at the point. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Here's Caruso. Achua with some nice D.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Now here's Bridges. No points so far. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Williams. Here's Caruso. Finished off the break.
You're such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brett.
BA, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. His shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we could put a ceiling on what that potential is.
And now the Knicks on the break. Achua passes to Hart. Pass to Tucker. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Bridges. It's Hart on the wing. 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Joe with the ball. Picked up by Tucker. And stolen by Bridges. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. Achua for 3. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, making a smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
Bridges against Caruso. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Brunson passes to Bridges. Hart with a screen on Williams. Back to Brunson. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Thunder trail by 5. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Joe misses. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Achua with a screen on Williams. For 3, Bridges. Pass to Brunson. From deep three-point land. Williams grabs the board.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now here's Joe. No made baskets yet. Outside, Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Achua with a rebound. Achua's got 4 rebounds in the game. Brunson passes to Bridges. Unloads from 13. Caruso grabs the board. Thunder trail by 5. To the inside. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Tucker. Off target with the 3. Back to Caruso. It's stolen by Hart. It's Bridges on the wing. He got it up. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Knicks out in front. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's DeLon Wright. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's McBride in at the shooting guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Pass to Anunoby. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Yes, sir! Gilgeous-Alexander with a deep 3.
SGA from way out there, knocking down the 3.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And last season, Brett, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
There's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. From deep three-point land. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Anunoby's got 9 points in the quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, tightly guarded and right with the defensive effort. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Knicks leading by 7. Right, the pass to Anunoby. Outside McBride. That one drops for him. McBride's got 6 points.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
The thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And Towns has got the ball here for the Knicks. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
New York has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Anunoby can't get it to go. Thunder trail by 7. Hartenstein with it. Now Wright defending. The shot by Dort, no good. New York has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Anunoby passes to McBride. For 3. And the three-pointer goes. He's got 9.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
And he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Screen by Holmgren. A minute 9 left in the third. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. New York leading by 10. Pass to Robinson. Now Anunoby. And stolen by Hartenstein. Holmgren against Anunoby. It's Hartenstein, high post. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Wallace outside. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Wallace has gotten his first points in this one. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Pass to Towns. Fires for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Taking his shot, and Towns doesn't think he just asked.
Anunoby against Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Robinson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Towns for 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's New York. Closing. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Caruso and Williams make up the perimeter. Williams is out there with Williams, and it's Joe in at the point. Brunson passes to Achua, and that one is stuffed right through.
Brunson operating so comfortably there in the pick and roll.
Thunder trail by 11. Williams a screen on Bridges. Caruso finds Williams. Gets the 3 to fall. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Brunson against Caruso. Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him. Out Out of bounds. It'll be Thunderball. So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Robinson, he's checked in for Achua. Towns comes in for Hart. OG Anunoby's checked in for Tucker. And it's McBride in for Jalen Brunson. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Caruso. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Joe. Here's McBride. The Thunder pull it in. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Dort. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Robinson. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. The three ball. New York again can't hit.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Holmgren. Bam! Chet rocking the rim.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
Towns. And they stop the action here. They're using their coaches.
First personal foul. First team foul.
We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls, but at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Dagnall was just reviewing the plan with his team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
Thanks for that, Allie. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And, of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has so many of the qualities that you want in a leader. He fights, he's energetic, he's a team-first guy. He just looks for ways to get his guys fired up.
It's Holmgren, high post. Chet driving, and give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
And just showing off his mobility as a big man. Holmgren puts his head down and charges into the shot.
Bridges passes to Robinson. Robinson, a screen on Dort. Anunoby for 3, and that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Dort, and the layup is good off the glass.
Lugans, Dort, give it to him.
New York leading by 4. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
2 minutes remaining.
Bridges passes to Anunoby. 6 to shoot. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
They've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Anunoby's got his 4th rebound in this one. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. Pass to Bridges. Towns, a screen on Williams. Towns outside. Anunoby for 3. New York again can't hit. Thunder trail by 5. Holmgren with a screen on Anunoby. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. New York has gone 1 for 3 in the 4th quarter from range. Robinson, a screen on Holmgren. Oh, a clear look for Anunoby. And it goes straight through with a swish. Anunoby's got 15 points here in the second half.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
And you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
Oklahoma City foul. Alexander. Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
At the line,
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 9-point game here. And Oklahoma City shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Fires from the corner, and yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one.
assisted by William.
43 seconds left to play in the fourth. Outside McBride. Towns outside. Driving inside. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Towns a screen on Dort. Anunoby for 3. Sure, from 3-point range. And the Knicks lead by 10.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Alexander.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Towns for 3, and again New York with the triple. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Brett.
NBA's best teams with some of the best players.
And it's bound to be a fun one, right? There is elite talent on the floor. In this kind of a powerhouse matchup, both teams are looking to make a statement.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wallace in at the small forward.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
Out to Edwards. And the wide open shot from Reed. His three-pointers off the mark. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Pass to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Wallace misses. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. At the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David. Cans it from downtown. DiVincenzo's got 5 now.
You know, in the pick and roll, you got a lot of options, but sometimes the best option is to do it yourself. DiVincenzo making the right choice there.
Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he makes good on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. 5 points in the game. Gobert finds Edwards. With the drive, and Edwards slams it in.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Holmgren. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. From outside the arc, Wallace misses. Timberwolves leading by 6. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And the three-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by DiVincenzo. Going inside, out to Edwards. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Pass to McDaniels. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Thunder trailing by 9. Here's Wallace. And that time, also a missed shot. Edwards looking it over. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness, Anthony Edwards. Throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing, but they don't want to chance that again.
And Edwards slams it in.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Holmgren finds Hartenstein. Lets it go with the 3. And Chet Holmgren gets the 3.
They're making room for the big guy. I like Holmgren calling for help so he can find his shot.
Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Out to Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. And finished off by Edwards.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside. getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Driving inside. Here's Gobert. Here's DiVincenzo. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. 12 seconds left to play in the first. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. For the three. That one doesn't drop. Dante DiVincenzo. He's been the guy making things happen for Minnesota. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Caruso and Williams. Williams is out there with Williams, and it's Joe in at point. Here's Alexander Walker. Out to Conley. Pass to Shannon. 6 to shoot. Back to Conley. Fires the three. The Thunder pull it in. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's three, but I wanted to give you three different words I could use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
My goodness, have mercy. Breaking ankles like there's no tomorrow.
The kick out to Williams. Williams against Randall. Here's Joe. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Garza. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Thunder trailing by 10. Williams inside. Defended by Alexander Walker. There's the triple. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude, growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Three-pointer, Randall. Rebound by Williams.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Joe in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Minnesota leading by 11. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Williams gets the bucket.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Alexander Walker passes to Conley. Caruso with the ball. Conley picks him up.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some open.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Alexander Walker's got 5 points now this quarter. Williams outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Williams has got it back down to within single digits for Oklahoma City. Randall. Alexander Walker up top. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Alexander Walker's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Minnesota. Joe finds Caruso. Down low. Here's Williams. Outside Williams. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Caruso. Just 5 on the clock. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Kenrich Williams. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Isaiah Joe. McDaniels sets a screen for DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Fires for three. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. With one hand, goal punch.
And so it's Minnesota bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Alex Caruso with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Niles Reed out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's McDaniels. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Under trailing by 4. Hartenstein passes to Wallace. From down in the low post, it goes. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good for 2. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
DiVincenzo with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. And the three ball is good.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed with it. He's got 8. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Shot, high post. It doesn't go for him.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Dort kicks to Wallace. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. To the wing right side. Gobert, the pass to Reed. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Wallace, right side. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Dort passes to Hartenstein. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Minnesota leading by 3. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked out, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. And the Thunder going with the whole new group out there. Caruso, the pass to Joe. 6 on the shot clock. Williams, a screen on Randall. And Williams, here we go. Good on the shot.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Here's Randall. Excellent D there from Williams.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Williams kicks to Williams for the lead. Rebound, Minnesota. Garza's got 4 rebounds in this game. 1:14 left to play here in the third. Here's Shannon. And that one is stuffed right through.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
The game now all time. Caruso's got 13.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Randall passes to Alexander Walker. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. 11 points in the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Conley scanning the floor. There's the pass to Alexander Walker. Pass to Garza. Poked away. Taken away by Williams. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And that assist got a nod from his teammate after that.
A big-time effort for Alex Caruso, providing a lot of energy. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So the Thunder 5 right now. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
Caruso finds Williams.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Thunder ball.
That one, no good. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Garza. And stolen by Williams. Now here's Caruso. Defended by Alexander Walker. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Outside Williams. Back to Joe. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. The Timberwolves have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Alexander Walker. They get the rebound. Here's Randall. The second chance effort. There's the pass to Randall. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Kenrich Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Isaiah Joe. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And another 3 for Minnesota.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Gilgeous-Alexander is so dangerous in these pick and roll sets.
Edwards, a screen on Caruso. Top of the key, McDaniels. Over to the wing. Here's Gobert. Caruso with the steal. Inside. Holmgren can't hit. Minnesota leading by 6. DiVincenzo finds McDaniels. Now Reed. It's up a 3. They get it back. Goes back up. Gobert with a screen for Reed. Sweet move. And foul on the shot. So he'll get it. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
The players are being reviewed for NBA's rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Thunder trailing by 8. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Dort passes to Hartenstein.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
First personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
Stolen by McDaniels. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. McDaniels got his first bucket of the night.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Timberwolves.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
Shot clock at 5. Back to Reed. Poke loose. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Count that one for George. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. Here he goes. Pass to Gobert. DiVincenzo against Caruso. Down to 5 on the shot clock. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And here's Edwards from the arc. No good. And so the Timberwolves take the win, even early on. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks.
teams. My attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And now the opening lineup for New York. They've got Karl Anthony Towns. DeLon Wright is out there with Miles McBride. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Edwards. Outside Reed. There's the triple. And Anunoby pulls it down. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. Reed with it. Now Wright defending. Pass to Gobert. And here's McDaniels. Edwards a screen on Anunoby. McDaniels finds Edwards. Knocks down the triple.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one too, assuming his countryman Victor Wembanyama doesn't start taking the reins. You just can't give Edwards a look from deep.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Towns for three. Reed with the rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Conley passes to Reed. Edwards against Wright. And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Anunoby against Edwards. Shoots over Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gobert.
And shows hustle and plays hard on defense. Wow. Towns sure knows how to keep his coaches happy.
Here's McBride. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's the pick. Conley with the ball, and it's Robinson picking him up. And here's Edwards outside. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Left side McBride. From the arc. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. And so it's New York with it, following the score by Minnesota. And Anunoby gets it to go.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's McDaniels. Outside Reed. Outside Conley. The kick out to Edwards. Three-pointer. No good. 3 for 6 shooting in this game. Knicks leading by 3. Outside McBride. And he dunks it down.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
The finish! And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be handed a game this close. They're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
Taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Now here's Wright. No points yet. Towns on a screen. Here's Anunoby. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Edwards for three. It's rebounded by McBride. New York leading by 7. And now the Knicks on the break. Back to Wright. Pass to Towns. Lets the three fly. It doesn't go for him. It's picked off. Now Wright. That'll count. And so it's the New York Knicks closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
So on the floor for the Knicks, they've got Jalen Brunson. Precious Achiuwa is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Tucker in at the 3. Alexander Walker with the bucket.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Pass to Tucker. Hart with a screen on Randall. Back to Brunson. Fires the 3. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 4. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Graham.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Just 4 to shoot. From the wing. And it's New York with a rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Back to Hart. Outside Tucker. The 3 ball. On target from range.
Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker with it. Back to DiVincenzo. No good with the triple. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Left side Tucker. Back to Hart. Achiuwa with a screen. Hart can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside, DiVincenzo. They set a pick. Pass to Garza. Back to DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Pulls it. Minnesota again missing.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
And the defense looking a little lost on that play.
Here's Shannon. Here's Garza. Achiuwa defending. DiVincenzo against Brunson. Randall, a screen on Bridges. Counted from distance. Alexander Walker's got 6. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance toward players who don't meet their standards.
Pass to Shannon. Here's Garza. Up top, DiVincenzo. Still no points. The shot by Garza, no good. Knicks leading by 9. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Now here's Achua. 4-3. Randall pulls down the board.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
There's 47 seconds left in the first half. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Three-pointer, Bridges. Randall pulls down the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall, a screen on Brunson. DiVincenzo against Brunson. And DiVincenzo hits from deep. DiVincenzo's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Brunson outside. The long-range missile from Brunson.
Don't let Brunson get hot. I mean, he'll answer all game long.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Alexander Walker. Now DiVincenzo from outside the arc. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's New York. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Conley and Ann are the one of the two. Jaden McDaniels out there with Naz Reid. And it's Gobert in at the center position. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. Here's Wright. No made baskets yet. Outside Anunoby. Robinson, a screen on McDaniels. Anunoby for 3. The shot no good. Timberwolves trail by 9. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
Towns, a screen on Edwards. McBride passes to Towns. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. And stand while Edwards has pushed back. It hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Anunoby on the wing. Towns, a screen on McDaniels. Anunoby passes to McBride. 6 to shoot. Back to Anunoby. The 3 is up. Buries it from 3. Anunoby's got 8 points. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. Trailing by 8. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Towns, a screen on Edwards. Stolen by Conley. Now here's Gobert. McBride covers. Back to Gobert. Edwards looking for an opening. The kick out to Conley. Clock at 6. Reed sets a screen. Conley passes to Reed. It's hauled in by Robinson. New York leading by 6. Anunoby on the wing. McDaniels covering. Right outside. Kicks it out Towns. Robinson, a screen on Reed. A again. The Knicks, good for 2 more.
From anywhere, Towns is just a threat. He's a potent scorer who will find his points.
Edwards got a hand on it. And here's Wright from the arc. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this 3rd quarter. Here's Edwards cutting inside, and Edwards slams it in.
Well, just look at that power. Edwards is unbelievable.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Right side Conley. Anunoby against Edwards. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there.
Substitution on court.
1:31 left in the 3rd quarter. For 3, sinks it from distance. Alexander Walker's got 9 points.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Tucker with a screen. Outside Hart. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked. DiVincenzo against Brunson. Pass to Shannon. The 3 is up. Nails it from beyond the arc. And now just a 2-point New York lead.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
Yeah, making the smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
And Randall the bucket on the assist by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 3 assists in the game. Bridges left side. Launches a 3. The rebound by Shannon. Minnesota has got 7 of their 16 3-point attempts to go in. DiVincenzo. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the game here. And that one falls. That puts them up 1 point in the game now. For New York, they've gone 4 of 9 in the 3rd quarter. Outside Tucker. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. And New York shooting pretty well at 45%. So on the floor for New York, we've got Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Achua, and it's Brunson in at the 1 spot.
And I love the trust between Brunson and his guys. I mean, working so hard to set each other up.
Outside, Alexander Walker connects from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Drills it from deep.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Neither team able to build the lead and sustain it.
After 6 lead changes, it feels like it could come down to one big play.
Here's Brunson. It's Brunson working inside.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Pass to Shannon. Let's go with a 3. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Talk about stepping up. I mean, that is a huge three-pointer.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity in this league.
DiVincenzo against Brunson. Bridges on the attack. No good there. Nice D from Alexander Walker. Pass to Shannon. From downtown, drains the triple. And now a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Here's Hart. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Hart's got his first basket.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Pass to Tucker. Takes the three. Out to Bridges. The three. Sinks the tray.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Outside, Alexander Walker. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. They set the pick. Randall with it. And Bridges picks him up defensively. Here's Alexander Walker. That three's off the mark. For New York, they've gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. They get it back. Here's Achua. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use. Big call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he still peeved.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Bridges down low, guarded by Edwards. Here's Achua. Edwards pulls it in. The Timberwolves trail. DiVincenzo with it. And McBride picks him up defensively. Reed finds Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen on Bridges. Will it go? The putback.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Outside McBride. Anunoby against Edwards. Anunoby passes to Bridges. Back to Anunoby. Achua with a screen. Anunoby can't get it to go.
Yeah, credit the defense there. Not allowing the easy layup.
Outside McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Gobert with a screen on Towns. Reed. Here's Gobert. Oh, the tower with the power move.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Next substitution, number 23, Mitchell Robinson.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For three, Bridges. Off target from downtown. McDaniels against Anunoby.
Yeah! He was gripping the rock on the weight of the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. There's 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Edwards a screen on Towns. Three-pointer. Oh, had a chance to win it right there. Couldn't get it to fall. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Coach, when you look at the best defensive teams, what's the balance between IQ, smarts for the game, versus effort?
Well, Brian, it's both. You know, I mean, the effort is a given. You're not going to get anything done in the game without effort. But to be a good defensive team, you have to be smart. You have to understand your opponents, their tendencies, both as a team and as individuals. And if you do that, you can cover up for a lot in terms of just raw athleticism.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Just 5 to shoot from behind the arc. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Oh, what confidence to take this kind of shot. On the road, late game scenario, what a sequence.
Edwards pass to Gobert. It's tipped. Back to Edwards. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
DiVincenzo pass to Edwards. Outside, DiVincenzo. And the 3 off target.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Anunoby on the wing. Robinson, a screen on Edwards. Here's Anunoby, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's McBride. Offline with a 3. Minnesota has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range since regulation. Outside Edwards. Shot to stop the run. Powerful finish by Edwards.
What a ferocious drive by Edwards, fending off the defense with ease.
Kicks it out Towns. Robinson, a screen on Reid. Towns for 3. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
Outside Anunoby. Puts it up. Another one falls for New York.
They've been a different squad here in overtime. I'm just not seeing the same energy level.
So New York wins it. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For
Up next, the Thunder taking on the Knicks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA. It'll be the Knicks off the tip. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Miles McBride. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Anunoby. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot and in the middle. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. A three-pointer off the mark. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Mark Daignault. David, what did he say?
Now, I spoke to him about the plan for Karl Anthony Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. And expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bite.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Wright. For three, Holmgren. It's rebounded by Towns. The Knicks have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. A three ball. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A whole lot of everything from Karl Anthony Towns, the big who can stretch you from distance.
Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. In the corner, Wallace with him. Stolen. Here's McBride, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Connects from three-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom. Lou Dort expanding his skill set, now able to run pick-and-roll action. Go ahead and dictate some offense, Lou.
And there's the call on Lou Dort. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
1:52 left to play in the first quarter.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
One of the best 3-and-D wings in the league. Let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 5. Towns looking it over. He nails it, and we're tied up. He has 5.
Boy, how about the awareness from the big man? We think of Mr. Robinson as a shot blocker. What a pretty pass.
Now here's Holmgren from the arc. It's rebounded by New York. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Anunoby in the corner. Pulls up on the wing. And finished off by Robinson.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson, if you fail to get a body on him, he will go to the offensive glass and make you pay.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. It's rebounded by Towns.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
From downtown, the kick out to Wright for three. Bangs home the trifecta.
Boy, DeLon Wright with great range. What a shot.
Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
It's good.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Wright. Anunoby outside. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Dort wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Dort's got 5 now.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Robinson. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. And for 2K Sports, and close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Jalen Williams. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Mitchell in at the point guard. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Caruso looking for an opening. Pass to Williams. This one for three. It's hauled in by Achua. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
What a terrific move that was. Brunson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
Well, the southpaw, Jalen Brunson, pretty finish.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Rebound by Williams. Thunder trailing by 6. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Hits it from three-point range.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Brunson against Mitchell. Brunson the pass to Bridges. There's a screen by Achua. Fires the 3. Bridges misses. The Thunder have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Williams' shot is off. The Knicks leading by 3. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Williams kicks to Mitchell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Mitchell's got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
With a screen on Caruso. Tucker the pass to Brunson. Shoots from the corner. The Thunder pull it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Williams dishes to Williams. Clock at 6. Mitchell sets the screen for Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
To halt the run, the deep 3 by Brunson.
Boy, the ability to stop on the dime and rise and fire Jalen Brunson, that is outstanding.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Brunson with a clean look. No good from outside.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Bridges with the steal. And now the Knicks on the break from deep. And Brunson the basket on the assist by Hart. Brunson's got 12 points now in the quarter. Mitchell against Brunson. Williams kicks to Caruso. Back to Williams. And stolen by Achua. And a fast break now for New York. And here's Brunson outside. Offensive rebound. It's good.
Well, there's a level of athleticism and length, so Mikal Bridges works hard on the glass and good things happen.
It's Williams with the drive. Bridges with some nice defense.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Brunson kicks to Bridges. Buries the long-range jumper. Now it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target. Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break. At the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he's just been raining down from deep.
That's great.
Talk about then.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Robinson is out there with Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Wright in at the 1. And it's Towns missing. Thunder trailing by 5. Wallace the pass to Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Offensive rebound. Wright the pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And that basket's going to the count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Holmgren dishes to Wallace. And the shot is good.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Right, looking around. Over in the corner, McBride. Robinson a screen on Wallace. Here's McBride. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovic all miss significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction.
Second team foul.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Robinson a screen on George. Here's Anunoby. 6 on the shot clock. McBride's shot is off. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that 3-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
McBride finds Towns, launches it. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Thunder have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, take that. Holmgren, he knows defenses want to rough him up a little bit, and he welcomes the challenge.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality.
Robinson a screen on George. Here's Anunoby. New York, no good that time either. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Yep, that one goes. Hartenstein's got 8.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Towns with the steal. And here they come. Here's Anunoby. They grab their own miss. Right, the pass to McBride. No good on the 3. Thunder have gone a spotless 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Well, we know this. Karl Anthony Towns was a go-to option from the very first moment he stepped in the lines of an NBA court. The versatility is so difficult to match up against.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Williams attacking. Count it. Good.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
New York trailing. Bridges for 3. Here's Achua. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Now, to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Here's Williams. Another shot. Pass to Caruso. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Tucker. Now Hart. There's a screen by Achua. Hart the pass to Achua. In the corner, it's Bridges. It'll count.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And they're making sure.
And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Mitchell. Then it's Williams. And it's Williams at the 2 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. 5 on the clock. Bridges with it. Williams picks him up. Achua. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every session count.
And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Kenrich Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Williams. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. Towns, wide open, sinks the triple.
And drifting to the corner and finding some space, Towns can exploit any gap in the defense.
Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and here we go with Robinson. Nobody back. And finished off by Robinson.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
And Dort gets it to go.
Boy, tremendous job having hands ready, feet prepared. Catch and shoot opportunity for Lou Dort is good.
Anunoby has the open look. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
The tray. And the Knicks hit again from deep. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for New York.
All game long, it had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. That aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Bridges, he's checked in for Wright.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
On the corner. Towns down low, working on Holmgren. Towns, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McBride finds Robinson. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Holmgren. There's the triple. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Anunoby with the screen for Towns. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Anunoby, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Here's McBride. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3 points.
And And the Knicks lead by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Bridges covering. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
That's a big-time bucket. Lou Dort has unshakable confidence.
Robinson a screen on Holmgren. Towns for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Hartenstein. Robinson pulls it in. The basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Holmgren with a screen on Anunoby. Anunoby sends it back.
OG Anunoby is fast off his feet, 7'2" wingspan, says twice on the pipes.
So it's New York picking up the win. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
strength for both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And Edwards slams it in.
You can't lose sight of where Edwards is in transition. He can be so explosive in these situations.
Here's Hartenstein. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The length of Gobert is a problem for any defense. And of course, he uses it so well to draw contact while shooting.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA. And the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere. I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Holmgren with a screen on McDaniels. And there's another one to the Thunder.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a lot of things well, and this time playing with some great offensive balance.
Pass to Edwards. Gobert with it. Outside, DiVincenzo. And the three-pointer goes.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Holmgren. Reid defending. And that one's good. Holmgren.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
McDaniels finds Edwards. DiVincenzo with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. 2 open that time. Made it look easy.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Screen by Holmgren. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Not a good idea to take a nap on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and that athleticism. So much power. Way to get up.
Reid against Holmgren. Reid passes to McDaniels. Back to Reid. Gobert with a screen on Holmgren. They get it back. Gobert up top. Pass to Reid. Reid sets a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Edwards slams it in.
Can you say terrific athlete? Edwards just enjoys getting deep positioning and rising up for the slam.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. DiVincenzo with it. Hartenstein covering. Back to Edwards. DiVincenzo against Hartenstein. DiVincenzo can't hit.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Snatched up. Gobert. Great D that time from Holmgren.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniels. To the wing, right side. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
I like whenever Holmgren uses his length to his advantage. great at forcing the D to foul him inside.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like BA, he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
And for DiVincenzo coming into the league wanting to prove that he belongs, he's done more than that. It's about building his confidence now.
Gilgeous-Alexander, no good.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Edwards for three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hartenstein with a screen on Gobert. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
When you have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside, it can add some spunk to your team.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Picked by Gobert. Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. That free throw no good from DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Both free throws good from DiVincenzo. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 1 second left. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so, lots. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Caruso and Williams make up the perimeter. Kenrich Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Mitchell in at the point guard position. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Jacks up a three. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Williams against Ingles. Here's Alexander Walker. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Alexander Walker's gotten himself on the board with a three there. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Williams. Uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got his third bucket of the night.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I said before, the layup, when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Was that distracting to you?
Not really, BA. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, it sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
Thunder leading by 8. To Williams. Outside for Mitchell. Back to Williams. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Caruso outside. Outside. Williams. Back to Caruso. 6 to shoot. Sinks it from distance. Caruso's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Randall. Drives to the hoop. And that one drops for him.
And how about Randall just collecting and absorbing that hit and still fights to get his shot off.
It's hard to believe now, but Julius Randle has been in the league over a decade now, Brent.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Julius Randle. A lot of different roles, but he's evolved his game quite a bit. Some he's done himself, and then guys have adjusted around the way that he has been a leader, a scorer, a rebounder, a presence. Julius Randle continues to impress and make strides.
Caruso, the pass to Williams. Williams, a screen on Randall. Back to Williams. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Caruso. Down low. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Timberwolves trail by 8. 1:52 left to play in the first half. Here's Shannon. Outside, Alexander Walker. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Shannon. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. He drops it from range. And it's now only a 5-point Thunder lead.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Minnesota's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Randall on the screen. To the left wing. From deep. Knocks it down from distance.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
The kick out to Williams. Outside, Williams. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside, Williams. And he buries his first look.
Now, I don't know if you would consider this, but he's got such a nice touch around the rim. Maybe you foul him there?
Here's Garza. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup. Garza's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again. Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Mitchell finds Williams. Williams with the screen to the middle. And Williams punches it home.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Jalen Williams really making a difference here.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
You want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. There's a screen. DiVincenzo, the pass to Edwards. On the take, Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, another highlight reel play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, this guy is fun.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander nails it from beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Gobert passes to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Back to Daniels. Edwards a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McDaniels from long range. Gets the three to fall. McDaniels got his first 3 points of the game.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Now here's Holmgren. DiVincenzo with a steal. Fires for 3. They get the rebound. Pass to McDaniels. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. Outside Reed. Puts up a 3. And DiVincenzo hits from deep. 11 points in the game.
Well, you want to chase him off the three-point line. DiVincenzo able to settle in that time.
And it's Holmgren missing. Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's McDaniels. The kick out to Edwards. Dort with a steal. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist with that last one. From undrafted to a key rotational player. Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational for him.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, BA, he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements. And the guys on the team love the way he approaches it.
Offensive rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Dort finds Holmgren. Tries again. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 4. For 3, DiVincenzo. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Wallace. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. For 3, DiVincenzo sends it home from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got 6 here in the quarter.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And here's Edwards outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oh, deflected. Gobert against Gilgeous-Alexander. Right side Edwards. Back to Gobert. Outside Edwards. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. The Thunder with another miss. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
Inside, Edwards lays it in.
And just working his way inside, keeping Edwards out of the paint is not an easy task.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. And the Timberwolves with possession.
Oh, nice. Look at the bench. Down. I mean, the bench is going nuts.
Oh, my. Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And he missed there. 4 for 8 shooting now so far. The 3. A big triple. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ties it up with that one. You know, he's such a smart scorer. He doesn't force anything. Lets the opportunities.
Oh, what a play. That's good. Are you kidding me?
Wow. A huge three allows them to snatch the lead heading into the final quarter.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Caruso and Williams make up the perimeter. Kenrich Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Mitchell in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. And that one's good. Williams has got 19 points.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Here's Randall. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Randall. Outside, Alexander Walker. Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. And here's Caruso outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. And he gets that one. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
And he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside, Ingles. Inside. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Garza. On the wing, Ingles. He's guarded by Caruso. Ingles, no good. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Williams from long range. Buries it from 3. And the Thunder lead by 2.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Randall inside. Williams defending. Pass to Shannon. Mitchell against Ingles. And stolen by Williams. Oh, got a piece of it. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up.
No debate there. He got hammered.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
And I feel like there's been an old-school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
Outside Edwards. To halt the run. On the take. And Edwards slams it in.
Wow. Edwards almost makes it look effortless. Like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
Back to Williams. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Reed. Gobert up top. Over Williams. Gobert, too strong.
Huge bucket from Gobert, answering the call when his team needs him.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. That was good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 assists in the game. DiVincenzo with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Banked it in off the glass.
And Dante stepping up big time for his teammates.
Oklahoma City. They've gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. Williams misses.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Williams against Edwards. The whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal. He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Cash. Oh, an enormous three-pointer.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Money.
And they do have a foul to give if needed.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. That'll count if it goes. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do